Okay, I'm going to try to make this a short video. This is Mo, your amateur urban gardener from Houston, Texas, USA. This is part 1 of 2 of a video on bees. I love bees. Honeybees especially. Boy, they pollinate everything in the garden. What you're looking at here is an African blue basil, which is a perennial, and it grows from cuttings. It doesn't grow from seed. And the bees love this basil. And I hope you're getting some shots of bees here. I mean, they're flying all around. I don't know if I actually got them in the lens. I don't want to move around too much. But they definitely love this basil. And this one was given to me. I had one cutting from a friend, a small plant, and that was about 1.5 years ago. And I have quite a few huge plants. This is one right here. You can see, let me see if I can back out. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so that's one right there. That's a good sized plant. And you can see that I have tomato and pepper plants in front of it. So once those plants grow bigger, the bees will be pollinating them. So I always make sure there's a nice big pot of African blue basil or some kind of basil right near plants that need pollination. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? One right there by the gate, and then there's another one, a newer one right there against the window. And there's some tomatoes and pepper plants growing in those beds of lettuce as well. They'll shade the lettuce once they start growing. And I have a couple of pots there with parsley and tomatoes planted in the middle too. But the basil especially is great. The bees for pollinating the tomatoes, so that otherwise I'd have to be going around with a Q-tip from flower to flower. So I love the basil. Anyway, the bees, they're just constantly in the yard buzzing around those basils. When I trim the basils and stuff, the bees, buzz around my head, sometimes land on me, but they don't bother me. They, I remind them who feeds them. At any rate, I was wondering, I know they must have some sort of a home or hive around here. I'm just glad to have them come and eat at my house. And, they store pollen and they get nectar out of the flowers. And I saw in a video it takes, I want to say, 5 million, I think it's 5 million flowers to make a pint of honey. That's incredible to me. If you want to learn more about bees, there's a great video. It's called Tales from the Hive, PBS. It was a Nova show, but that I highly recommend that. And part 2 of this, I'm going to show you a temporary state of bees when there's too many bees and when the hive becomes too populated. The old queen bee lays new queen bees and then leaves the hive, the old queen bee, with many worker bees, and the worker bees, will build a new hive and protect the queen. And the life of a queen is 1 to 4 years. And they have while they're looking for a new hive, sometimes, like if the queen is flying and it gets tired, it lands on a tree and all the other bees cover it. It looks like a huge swarm of bees wrapped around a tree. I'm going to show you a picture of that in the second video. And but that's all for this part 1 of bees. I love bees, and I'll see you on part 2.